Hello kids, this is your teacher JC and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are interested to learn basic English and math, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for you to be updated to our upcoming videos. So, are you excited with our lesson for today? Without further ado, let's start! In today's video, I will be discussing about represent decimal. Numbers that have been in the tenths place, hundredths place, and beyond are called decimals. A decimal point is used to separate the ones place to the tenths place. On the top, you will see example of decimals. Now, let's try to use this one. 0.7. 0 is our ones. We have the decimal point, and our tenths place is 7. Now, let me show it to you an example of decimal place value chart. At the center, you will see the decimal point. On its left side, you will see ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. These are place value of a whole number. And on its right side of the decimal point, we have tenths, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. These are the decimal place value, and we will be using these information. Now kids, please be guided with the spelling. Let's continue. We will be using three models in this topic. Let's begin with the first one. The first model represents thousandths by showing 1,000 small cubes. Second model, it represents hundredths by showing 100 small cubes. And our last model, it represents tenths by showing 10 columns. Okay, we have only three models: thousandths, hundredths, and tenths. Now let's begin with thousandths. Model 75 over 1000. Now this is our fraction. Our numerator is 75 and our denominator is 1000. Then write in a word form and as decimal. To model 75 over 1000, we are asked to shade 75 small cubes, and it looks like this. Okay? And after shading 75 small cubes out of 1000, we will write in word form. It will be spelled out like this: 75 thousandths. And for the decimal, it is 0.075. To check if our decimal form is correct, if you have your calculator with you, you can divide 75 by 1000 and the answer is 0.75. In decimal place value chart, our ones is 0, followed by the decimal point, tenths is 0, hundredths place 7, and for our thousandths place is 5. Next, model 91 over 1000. This is our fraction. Our numerator is 91 and our denominator is 1000. Then write in a word form and as decimal. Since our numerator is 91, it means we will shade 91 small cubes out of 1000. And after shading, we will write in word form. The word form is 91 thousandths. In decimal form, it is 0.091. In place value chart, ones 0, decimal point, tens place 0, hundreds place 9, and our thousands place is 1. Another one. This time, we will be using our second model to represent hundreds by showing 100 small cubes. The problem is model 78 over 100. The same thing we will write in word form and as decimal. Our numerator is 78 and our denominator is 100. Therefore, we will shade 78 small cubes out of 100. And after shading 78 out of 100 small cubes, we will write in word form. The word form is 78 hundredths. In decimal, it is 0.78. Again, to check our decimal form, if you have your calculator with you, just try 78 divided by 100 and the answer is 0.78. In decimal place value chart, our ones is 0, followed by decimal point, tenths 7, and our hundredths place is 8. Another one. Model 6 over 100. This is our fraction. Our numerator is 6 and our denominator is 100. Therefore, we're going to shade 6 small cubes out of 100. And it will look like this. And after shading 6 small cubes, we will write in word form. It will be spelled out like this, 6 hundredths. In decimal, it's 0.06. In decimal place value chart, ones 0, decimal point, tenths 0, hundredths place 6. At this point, we will be using our third model to represent tenths by showing 10 columns. The problem is model 4 over 10. Now this is our fraction, 4 over 10. Our numerator is 4 and our denominator is 10. To model 4 over 10, we will shade 4 columns out of 10. So we will count 1, 2, 3, 4. After shading 4 columns, we will write in word form. It will be spelled out like this, 4 tenths. In decimal form, it is 0.4. Again, to check if it is correct, just divide 4 by 10 and the answer is 0.4. In our decimal place value chart, ones 0, decimal point, and tenths 4. Last one. Model 7 over 10. Our numerator is 7 and our denominator is 10. The same thing we will write in a word form and as decimal. Now we will shade 7 columns. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After shading 7 columns out of 10, the word form is 7 tenths. And our decimal form is 0.4. In decimal place value chart, it's 0 is our ones, decimal point, and our tenths is 7. And that concludes our lesson for today. I hope you have understood our lesson for today, but if you have questions, clarifications, and queries about our lesson, don't forget to write that one in the comments section below and I'll do my best to answer all your concerns. Once again, this is your teacher JC saying, never stop learning. For when we stop learning, we stop growing. Goodbye!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.